How pencils are made. It is estimated that approximately 2 billion low-tech pencils are sold annually in the United States, while 14 billion are marketed worldwide. So how do they keep it going? A pencil's journey starts with the acquisition of the raw materials that are necessary for its production. Graphite, clay, and wood are the three major building blocks of a pencil. It is possible to obtain graphite, which is a naturally occurring type of carbon, from mines all over the world. Sri Lanka and Madagascar are the two countries that produce vein graphite, which is the finest quality graphite ever found. While this is going on, deposits and quarries are responsible for gathering the clay that is necessary for the core of the pencil. This clay plays a significant role in establishing the level of hardness of the pencil and the darkness of the lead. Wood is an essential component in producing pencils, with graphite and clay as the other two materials. Cedar, and more especially California cedar, is the type of wood that is utilized the most frequently. For a considerable amount of time, cedar has been the preferred wood because it has a pleasing aroma, does not warp or lose shape, and is easily accessible. To guarantee the acquisition of wood responsibly, pencil producers frequently rely on environmentally responsible forestry practices. Immediately after the raw materials have been acquired, the process of preparing the pencil cores will start. First, the clay and graphite are each processed into a fine powder in distinct processes. It is the ratio of graphite to clay that defines the lead hardness of the pencil. Leads with a higher graphite percentage are softer than those with a lower graphite content, and vice versa. The next step is to combine the powdered graphite and clay with water to create a uniform paste. A procedure of refining is performed on the paste to guarantee its consistency. Following that, the mixture is sent through a machine that extrudes it to form it into long, thin rods. To create the pencil, these rods are chopped into lengths that match the ultimate size of the pencil. An individual named Nicolas Jacques Conta, a chemist, is credited with developing the method of combining clay and graphite. It is interesting to note that his discovery was made in response to a shortage of graphite in the latter half of the 18th century. Conta discovered that the finished product could be molded, baked, and blended with powdered graphite, clay, and water. The smoothness of the finished product was comparable to that of pure graphite. Because of the groundbreaking nature of the invention, it is still utilized in the manufacturing of pencils to this day. Following the preparation of the graphite cores, the next phase in the pencil manufacturing process is the encasing process, in which the cores are enclosed in hardwood slats. In most cases, cedar wood is used to produce these slats. To prevent warping, the cedar is typically already dried, dyed, and waxed when it is sent to manufacturing. Next, the logs are sawed into thin strips that are referred to as slats. 1 inch in length, 0.25 inches in thickness, and 2.75 inches in width are the dimensions of these. After that, the slats are loaded into a feeder and then dropped one by one onto a conveyor belt, which carries them along at a consistent rate. Every single one of the slats can pass through a massive cutting wheel. A groove is carved into the slats by this wheel, which will eventually become the channel in the middle that contains the lead. Along the conveyor belt, half of the slats are coated with a layer of adhesive, and the cut graphite is deposited in the grooves of these slats. This process continues until the entire area is covered. The grooves of the slats are not glued, and they do not contain any graphite. The slats are then placed on a different belt, which transports them to a machine that picks them up and rotates them over so that the grooves face down on the belt. After that, the two conveyor belts come together and a sandwich is created by placing each unglued slat on top of the slat that has been put together with glue and graphite. Following the removal of the sandwiches from the conveyor belt, they are placed inside a metal clamp, which is then subjected to a hydraulic press. The sandwiches are then clamped together until the glue has had sufficient time to dry. Once the pencils have been joined, they are put through shaping machines. These machines cut the pencil slats into the recognizable hexagonal shape, which is the most popular because it is ergonomically designed and does not roll off surfaces. To accomplish this, the machine's higher cutter first shapes 3 sides on top, then its lower cutter shapes 3 sides on the bottom. This process is repeated until the desired result is achieved. The pencils go their separate ways as soon as the bottom sides form. The surfaces of the pencils are sanded after they have been shaped to make them smooth. A pleasant grip is provided for users, and any defects that may have been present are removed during this process. Following this, a protective layer is applied to the pencils to enhance their durability and attractiveness. Next, a coating of lacquer or enamel is placed on the pencils, and then they are allowed to dry and polish to achieve a smooth surface. There are occasions when pencils are subjected to additional treatments, such as heat treatment, to improve their durability and resistance to breaking. There are a lot of pencils that come with erasers attached to one end, which makes them flexible tools that may be used for writing and correcting mistakes. Typically, the erasers are constructed out of synthetic rubber or material that blends rubber and other components. It was Hyman W. Lipman, an American, who came up with the concept of attaching an eraser to a pencil. Joseph Reckendorfer, an American, purchased the patent for the idea in 1872 for a reported sum of $100,000. Putting a batch of rubber into a mill is the first step in manufacturing an eraser. Over and over again, the rubber is moved between enormous heated rollers. Various additives such as pigments, fillers, and vulcanizing chemicals are placed between the rollers. To ensure that the ingredients are distributed evenly throughout the concoction, it is vigorously mixed. The creation of erasers requires vulcanization, which is an essential procedure. Vulcanization presses, or vulcanizers, are the specialized devices typically responsible for this phenomenon. The purpose of these machines is to apply heat and pressure to the rubber compound, which enables the cross-linking of polymer chains and transforms the raw rubber material into a more challenging and long-lasting form. In addition to making the rubber more elastic and resilient, vulcanization also helps to make it more successful in erasing pencil marks without leaving any residue behind. In most cases, an extrusion method is utilized to manufacture plugs that will be affixed to the pencils successfully. A long cylinder is formed by forcing the mixture, which is a soft solid, through a die while it is in this state. Plugs are formed by repeatedly cutting the cylinder as it emerges from the cylinder. To attach the eraser, for rule, a piece of metal or plastic is placed at the other end of the eraser, and then the assembly is secured onto the pencil. This procedure may entail certain automated phases. However, specific pencil rules will still be assembled from scratch. When pencils are first manufactured, they are frequently packaged in large quantities to be sent to wholesalers, merchants, and providers of stationery. Typically, bulk packaging packs huge volumes of pencils into robust cardboard boxes instead of individual pencils. In addition to being able to store hundreds or even thousands of pencils, the boxes are intended to suit a wide range of pencil specifications. Packaging designed for retail use is utilized for pencils that are destined for sale to end users directly. For retail purposes, separate pencil sets or packs are generally included in the package. The pencils are placed orderly and safely within a blister pack, cardboard, or plastic container. The package will also feature branding, information about the product, and barcode labels that can be easily scanned at the point of sale. As a result of the fact that they are transported along a conveyor belt during the production process, pencils are subjected to a comprehensive inspection before they are made available to the general public. The employees are instructed to throw away pencils that look to be defective, and once the process is over, a certain number of pencils are sharpened and put through performance tests. The fact that the glue on the sandwich does not always adhere is a frequent problem. Nevertheless, this annoyance is typically discovered while the sandwiches are being cut. Even if the world is moving toward an electronic system, the pencil business is still expanding at a steady rate. The current value of the pencil industry's global market is $15.95 billion. Nevertheless, analysts forecast that the market will grow by 7% by 2028. So this is the end of today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exciting and informative videos.